may I know the logic behind your directive that will not be discussing economic zones anymore?
No,
Because I remember in the
yes.
last hearing, when we asked the Department of Justice and PAGCOR, then Chairman Altenco was present.
Hmm.
When I asked them what is included in the order of the President, all POGOs shall be banned. Right? Do
Yes.
you remember it?
Mm.
The,
I think not. But do you,
Mr. Chair.
are we?
you,
That
you,
is my question.
yeah, yes. It is the decision of this body, to decide on that. But I think the APAB have no iGaming, no interactive game licensing that was issued by
None, Your
by the
Honor.
APAB.
Wala
So
po.
I think they will not be contributing on the issue that we are tackling. Why I want them to be excused, because for the very reason that they have never initiated any gaming operations. But I think we need to hear it from Chairman Akop. If he wanted to ask something from the APAB that will help in this investigation, he can do so. Mr. Chairman, go
Mr.
ahead,
Chair.
Chairman Akop.
Mr. Chair, I think the Honorable Adjong does not know the questions that I will ask, and that is precisely the reason why.
Your statements, and also of that of Chairman Akop, and my statement as well a while ago, because we don't actually assume that there are some members who wanted to ask question in relation to the operation of the economic zone as well, in relation to what happened to CESA. In deference to former senator who is 100 years old already, kaya po natin sila in-excuse. But kanina po, along the way, I know that there was no what do you call this, gaming operation in APAB. But the administrator a while ago have said that prior to your assumption, meron siyang offshore. Kasi meron ako nadinig eh. So, you need to clarify it, because in your statement, in your opening remarks, sabi nyo, wala. But, before your being a part of that economic zone, meron?
Yes, I have mentioned it in my statement. Like I said, Mr. Chairman, to the best of my knowledge, there was
Ayan.
a board-approved OGL.
But, it did not operate
Yes, Your Honor.
because they left.
Yes.
Okay,
Way
with
back
that-
in year 2020, and I assumed office just last year,
All right.
Mr. Chairman.
With that, with your indulgence, we will be letting you to stay for a while and eat your lunch. So, some members can ask question as well. Okay? All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
With
Mr.
that, we will be
Chairman.
proceeding to the next item. It's the proper... Well, we'll be asking Chairman Akop to give the deliverables that we're asking in the last hearing. Congressman Chairman Akop, you are now recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. In the last hearing, the Bureau of Immigration and the Department of Foreign Affairs were required to submit travel records of Ms. Cassandra Ong and other individuals linked to illegal POGO operations. Number 2, documents pertaining to the entry and exit of foreign nationals within the week. Number 3, data on the number of tourists who entered the Philippines in June 2024, the number of tourists who returned to their countries and those with forward destinations, data on the number of tourists who applied for an extension of their stay, and data on the number of foreign nationals who entered the country and were issued working visas. May I know if BI and DFA have submitted all these requirements, Mr. Chair?
Comsec, please reply. Ay, SEC ba yan?
BI and DFA.
Okay, sa Bureau of Immigration, they have complied, right? And all the documents were sent to the Viber group, the soft copy. We haven't got the hard copy yet because that was submitted only last night. So if you want to have a hard copy on that, we'll be giving you in a while. So with regards sa DFA, the DFA. Ano yung ask?
The same, sir.
DFA. You were asked to submit all the documents. Wala pa po kayo sinasubmit according sa COMSEC. Why?
Good morning, Mr. Chair. The documents being asked are under the purview of the Bureau of Immigration.
Under the purview of the Bureau of Immigration. Same. All right.
Sila po.
Thank you so much. Congressman Ako, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The municipal government of Porac, Pampanga, the municipal government was required to submit documents pertaining to the access road to the Pogo compound. Number 2, records of all projects of the Municipal Engineering Office. C, pertinent documents on the 100-hectare property. D, total value of the building where the Pogo is located as assessed by the LGU prior to their permit to operate. E, or number 5, the annual declaration of workers of Lucky South 99. Report of the Commission on Audit and the PNP investigation report on the 9 bodies of foreign nationals that were dumped in the Manuali and Hacienda area.
Okay, there was a letter sent to us by the mayor of Porac, si Mayor Kapil, stating his excuse. The submission of the documents, COMSEC.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mayor Kapil asked to be excused from the hearing today because they are preparing for the town fiesta. So all representatives from the municipal government are asking to be excused. They sent a letter last week, Mr. Chair.
Yan? Wala.
In accordance with this letter, he said that in the next hearing, he will be attending. Dito sa letter niya. Go ahead, Congressman Akop.
In the
Mr. Chairman, is the basis for given to us by the Mayor of Pampanga, Porac, Pampanga is valid because of the town fiesta?
This is not a preparation. This is a scheduled town fiesta today. Today, hindi preparation. Sabi mo preparation eh. This date coincides with our yearly St. Ignatius fiesta. And he's the mayor of Porac. So, let him allow to attend the fiesta and be here in the next hearing. Okay?
Eh, fiesta pala eh, hindi pala preparation.
Yes.
Opo naman.
Oh, she's her mistake. Go ahead, Congressman Akop.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. For PAGCOR, they were required to submit their research on whether the special class of business process outsourcing companies are included in the ban. I think I remember it right. They promised to conduct a study and to submit the result of their study to this committee, Mr. Chair.
Sir, we have not submitted the final copy, but we will submit today. It's all ready for clearance po.
For what?
For clearance, Mr. Chair.
Clearance from the board.
Yes.
Okay.
For the,
Go ahead, Chairman Akop.
For
That's-
the last item, Mr. Chair, may I know from BI yung data on the number of foreign nationals who entered the country and were issued working visas? Is this the accurate figure that you have submitted? BI.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Yes. Are you sure?
Yes po, sir. Yan po yung na-generate nung ano namin, nung system namin. So.
Do you, for the visas issued by PESA, by the export processing zones, are they included there?
No, Mr. Chair,
And
hindi
then
po
hindi
sila.
current yung iyong record, iho.
Makipag-coordinate po kami sa PESA for
Hindi
their
nga,
records po.
sinasabi ko nga sa'yo, hindi current eh. Dahil sinagot mo sa akin kanina, yes. But that does not include yung visas extended by the export processing zones because they are allowed by law to issue SAT. Now, can you tell me whether the data that you have submitted, data on the number of foreign nationals who entered the country and were issued working visas?
Mr. Chair, this is limited to the working visas that were issued by the Bureau of Immigration.
Bureau of
Yes.
Immigration lang.
Yes, Your
Okay.
Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. That would be all.
Yes, nakuha na po natin yung mga submission nila sa Bureau of Immigration. And the Security and Exchange Commission, when we asked the, what do you call this? The incorporators of the 402 illegal POGOs that was identified by PAOK-TF, for the information of the members of these both committees, andito po sa likod lahat yung mga documents. Andiyan po lahat. If you wanted to see, because voluminous po yung ating pong mga documents, but I tried to check it out last night, and almost all of them have a Chinese incorporators. So if you want to check, you can check it out at the back of this chair. Okay, so before I recognize Congressman Deputy Speaker Albano, would you mind if I just give these documents to the City League and the Municipal League of Mayors? Because in the last two hearings, we have invited them over. And as a matter of fact, andito ngayon si Congressman, our former colleague, si Congressman Paul Batawil, who will be accepting these 402 illegal POGOs in different municipalities and cities. Si Paul sa cities, no? Yung sa municipalities, si Solel Manzano, the Deputy Executive Director ng League of Cities. Siya yung representative ng ating pong National President, Mayor Joy Balmonte. And si Paul, representative ng League of Municipalities. So we will be submitting to you, no? Sir, saka ma'am, 402 po to. Dalawa po yung bibigay po namin sa inyo. Hopefully, no? Kasi identified na po yung mga illegal POGOs. Andito ng mga exact location, andito po ang address, andito po yung Google shot, andito mga pangalan, andito mga incorporators. Isasara na lang po to. So we hope to have a positive result in the soonest possible time to help our government, especially the PAOK-TF. Kasi po, hindi nila kayang i-operate lahat ng to. 402 to. And nandito po ang mga cities, andito ang mga municipalities. Congressman Paul, can you say something para at least para ma-assured po ang kongresong ito that a positive result on the closure of all these identified sites will be done by the Municipal League of Mayors and the City Leagues as well.
Yes, Your Honor. I assure the August body that those documents will be properly processed by the LMP. And if you may allow, I have a very short statement coming from my National President, Mayor J.B. Berno. Very, very short. A short statement of support on this undertaking.
Yes, and for the information of Congressman Batawil, Mayor Batawil, may kopya na po ang mga PNP nito. I think the DILG have also the copies of these documents. And well, hindi to purview ng PAGCOR because these are all illegal, no? Unsanctioned lang nila yung the legal ones. So go ahead, sir.
Yes, sir. In the light of the President's directive of the full disclosure of POGOs nationwide, we enjoin our members in the League to begin the process of winding up and closing down these operations within their jurisdictions. This compliance is not only a matter of legal adherence, but a demonstration of our collective responsibility to our constituents and to the nation. As municipal mayors, our duties are clearly anchored in the legal frameworks provided by the local government code. We are tasked with enforcing laws against illegal gambling and ensuring that the power vested in us is used to protect and serve our communities. In fact, more recently, our national president, Mayor J.B. Bernos, during our 6th National Directorate meeting, reminded us all of the oath we took upon assuming office to serve with integrity, honor, and accountability. We're aware of the economic contributions that POGOs have provided, but these cannot outweigh the overarching need to safeguard our nation's welfare and uphold the rule of law. It is our duty to prioritize the well-being of our citizens above all else. In closing, the LMP urge everyone, members of this august body, my fellow local chief executives who are monitoring right now, the employees and officers of national agencies, let us work together to ensure that our actions reflect our commitment to public trust and accountability. By doing so, we can build a stronger, safer, and more prosperous Philippines for all. Thank you, Your Honor, and may I submit this prepared message for the record.
Okay, thank you so much, former Congressman Paul Batawil. And also, the chair would like to recognize Solel Manzano, the Deputy Executive Director of the League of Cities of the Philippines. Go ahead, ma'am.
Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Chair. Thank you for inviting the League to this committee hearing. So, ang committee po ay makakaasa na tutulong po ang LCP to be part of this investigation. So, and if I may be allowed to also manifest the official statement of the League of Cities of the Philippines, led by our acting national president, Quezon City Mayor Joy Belmonte.
Go ahead.
Okay. So, the League of Cities of the Philippines recognizes the dangers of the illicit activities that have arisen from the operation of POGOs. As our president has said, they have strayed from their professed business and devolved into unlawful activities such as financial scamming, money laundering, prostitution, human trafficking, kidnapping, brutal torture, and even murder. We, the local chief executives of the LCP, know that criminals, whether guised as POGO operators or not, are exploiting the local bureaucratic processes for their unlawful purposes. We shall use the period before our scheduled General Assembly to identify vulnerabilities in our local business licensing and monitoring processes. We will make sure to tap the expertise of national agencies and entities who spearhead the implementation of the directive of the President in his SONA to wind down and cease the operations of POGOs by the end of this year. The League of Cities of the Philippines fully supports the recent pronouncement of the President. We will take immediate actions and measures to ensure that LCP members will strictly comply with the order of the President.
Flores.
We will not turn a blind eye to illegal activities in POGO Hub. We will not allow the use of local business licenses to hurt residents in our jurisdiction. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you so much. Can we invite the executive director, saka yung ating pong si Congressman, former Congressman Paul in front para to receive these documents. Kasi ano po to, medyo confidential itong mga dokumento, and we are expecting that after 2 weeks or 3 weeks or a month, you'll be reporting back to us ito pong mga closure nitong 402 illegal POGOs. Pare, brother, bigyan mo. Bro, bigyan mo din sa ano. Thank you so much, ating pong mga mayors. And we are expecting, actually, it was the speaker who are expecting your cooperation para to expedite the closure of all these illegal POGOs.
Mr. Chair.
Point of inquiry only.
Yes, Congresswoman Luistro, please.
With the indulgence of Deputy Speaker Albano, did we reserve copy of all those 402 illegal POGOs? Did we reserve copy for the
Of
committee?
course, we have. If you want a
Because-
copy, we will be sending you the hard copy. We have the
Because
copies of that.
Yes, Mr. Chair, and during the previous hearings, I was made to understand that we will look into the incorporators as well.
Yes,
of
the
this
incorporators are
illegal
all in the back
POGOs.
of this chairman.
Okay.
So if you wanted to see the incorporators of the 402 that was submitted by the SEC, it's all behind us.
Okay. Thank you,
And
Mr. Chair.
for your information, I have looked through all those documents. And more of the incorporators, lahat, laging may dalawang Chinese.
I yield to the wisdom of the chair.
All of them.
Thank you.
Sige, go ahead, Congressman.
Thank you for giving me the time.
Albano.
I just had to
Deputy
bring
Speaker.
the Senate President and the Chief Legal Counsel of the President and really outside. My remaining time is short. I would just like to ask the PAOC, is Mr. Sir Casio here? If not, Yusek Gilbert Cruz, I think, is Mr. Casio here? Yusek Gilbert Cruz?
Wala po, sir. He's attending another officer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, first, I laud the operations and your, of course, functions as the PAOC to get rid of all these illegal gamblings and corruption in the country. But isang question lang po, siguro nagkaroon kayo ng mga miscommunication because I have here an executive order number 13 dated February 2, 2017, and it says strengthening the fight against illegal gambling, etc., etc., etc. And in here, it says at section 4, paragraph 2, all government agencies and authorities such as PAGCOR, CESA, AFAB, APECO, etc. are hereby directed to fully cooperate with and tend their assistance to the Office of the President and its duly authorized representative in the performance of the tasks and functions herein provided. But your spokesperson, Mr. Casio, has made a statement linking that there were POGOs in CESA which was refuted by no less than the CESA Secretary Katrina Ponce Enrile. So I'm wondering, is there a breakdown in communication because this EO has ordered you and has ordered CESA to communicate with you, and I'm asking the question why and where did Mr. Casio get these statements that there are POGOs in CESA?
We will check on that, Your Honor. As to the statement made by Director Casio, I'll probably ask him or make him to provide us a report as to the information na kung saan po nanggaling yung if he really made that statement, sir.
Yes, please provide that information as soon as possible. And I would like to request, being that you are the Undersecretary of PAOC, that with this executive order, you can easily ask questions and they will cooperate because these are all under the office of the President. And it would have been better for you to have done that so that hindi naman mapahiya yung mga ibang agencies dito na hindi naman kasama dito sa ating mga investigation. Would you agree?
Yes, sir. I fully agree with that, sir. Actually, that is the direction of the PAOK right now, sir. We're trying to connect, sir, with those agencies, sir, na binanggit mo, so as not to commit the mistake na nangyari before, sir.
Opo, and if indeed Mr. Casio has linked CESA with these illegal POGOs, I would like to ask for you to ask him to make a formal apology and submit it to this body and also to report it to the media so that mawala naman yung batikos dito sa aming CESA na importante po sa aming rehiyon ng Region 2.
Yes, sir. As to the apology, sir, opo, we will do that. But if ever, sir, we have this intel report, I'll just give it personally to you, sir.
Yes, please submit to our chairperson's
Yes, sir.
confidential.
Yes,
Para
and,
magkaroon na kami ng,
yes, sir.
investigation tungkol dito.
Alam ko po kasi, sir, we have, in some, sir, we have intel reports. I'll just give it to you in sa office niyo siguro, sir.
Sige. Marami pong salamat.
Thank you, sir.
With that, may I ask the chair for leave already?
Okay. Thank you, Deputy Speaker Albano. Your excuse. Before we proceed, I'd like to acknowledge Representative Patrick Michael Vargas, 5th District of Quezon City. Next to interpolate is Representative Johnny Pimentel.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I have two matters rather to discuss in this committee. The first one, Mr. Chair, I'd like to reiterate my firm position that this committee should issue a subpoena to compel Ms. Cassandra Leong to attend this hearing. I have in my possession documents submitted by the Bureau of Immigration showing that Ms. Cassandra Leong has been going in and out of the country since 2008. So that would mean that Ms. Leong has been conducting business activities in the country for the past 16 years. And if you will recall, a month ago, the authorities raided the Pogo compound in Pampanga, and it was found out that there were traces of evidence that Ms. Leong owned or resided in one of these buildings. So therefore, Mr. Our Chair, I would surmise that this Ms. Leong occupies a very high position in the hierarchy of these illegal pogos. So that, Mr. Chair, it is imperative that we compel Ms. Leong to attend this by issuing a subpoena. Yun po ang isang matter that I would like to discuss. Now, the second matter that I'd like to discuss, Mr. Chair, is with regards to the recent reports that 2 Chinese nationals were apprehended in Baguio City. And supposedly, these 2 Chinese nationals are persons of interest regarding exactly the matter of this hearing. So may I know from Yusek Gilbert Cruz, kung kayo po ba nag-conduct ng raid and apprehension dun sa Baguio?
Wait, for a while. Congressman,
Yes, I
Vice
brought the
Chairperson. Wait. Vice Chairman Pimentel, I think you have a first motion.
No, it was not a motion.
It was a
It
manifestation?
was a recommendation because we cannot pass this subpoena or contempt order without the quorum.
Yeah, we have a quorum.
We do?
Yeah, we do have a quorum.
We do have a quorum. Then, Mr. Chair, let me go back to my first matter.
Yes,
I move that we issue a subpoena to Ms. Leong, or rather, to make it more purpose, I move to cite for contempt Ms. Leong.
Okay. Before we act on the motion of Vice Chairperson Johnny Pimentel, the Chair would like to recognize first Congressman Chairman Paduano. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just to clarify our internal rules and protocols with regards to contempt, we cannot contempt, in my own personal understanding of our rules, Mr. Chairman, we cannot contempt a resource speaker without first issuing a subpoena at testificandum. So we should practice, we should be strict on giving due process. But of course, question of not attending hearing without legal excuse, that will be the violation later. And that will be the basis for us to cite Ong if he will not be present in the next hearing. If we move and vote in favor of the motion of the Congressman Pimentel with regards to issuance of subpoena to Ms. Ong.
No, we have invited Cassandra Leong twice, and in accordance with our rules and the practice of this House is on the third time that we have invited the resource persons, without any explanation, a show cause order will be in order. So,
Mr. Chair,
so I think the subpoena is the proper order that this committee should issue to her. So if it will be okay with the Vice Chairman
let
Pimentel.
me,
Sige, go ahead.
so that everyone will be clarified, Mr. Chair. Under Section 11 of our House Rules, the committee may punish any person for contempt by a vote of 2/3 of the members present, there being a quorum. The following shall be grounds. 1. Refusal without legal excuse to obey summons. It is very clear we have already issued 2 invitations to Ms. Leong, and she did not even reply. There is no legal excuse, and this falls within Section A of Section 11. So bakit pa natin patatagalin ito? We will know very well, kahit mag-issue pa tayo ng show cause order yan, kahit 3 show cause order pang issue natin, hindi sisipot yung si Leong.
Yes.
Why we have to go to the long route when we can issue already to cite her for contempt? Very clear na naman po sa Section 11.
We
Section
understand
A.
the emotion of
Yes.
the next governor.
Kasi, Mr.
But
Chair,
for the information of
itong
Vice
si Leong-
wait, Mr. Vice Chairman. For the information of the Vice Chairperson, the reason why we need to issue a subpoena order first because we don't have a 2/3 members who are present today.
Okay,
But
if that is the pleasure of the body, Mr. Chair,
Yes.
then I withdraw my motion, and instead I
Subpoena.
offer a motion. I move that we issue a subpoena
Yes.
to Ms. Cassandra Leong. So
Yeah,
move, Mr.
yeah, okay.
Chair.
So there's a motion by Vice Chairman Johnny Pimentel to issue a subpoena to Miss Cassandra Leong. Is there a second motion?
I second the motion.
There's a second motion. Any objection? Hearing none, the said motion is now approved. Okay.
Can I proceed, Mr. Chair? Because I have 2 matters. I said I have 2 matters.
Wait first. I think the
Mr. Chair, I would like to thank Representative Flores because we switched
you switch.
time
And
slot.
also with Congressman Bosita? Bosita will be the first interpellator. Minority. And then the majority. So if
pero
he
I
will...
was the one who was recognized.
Wait. If you will allow, Congressman Bosita will allow it to be, for you to be the first interpellator, then I will
no problem.
recognize you. Okay, Congressman, Vice Chairman,
Thank
Johnny
you,
Pimentel, you are now
Congressman
recognized.
Busita. I'm adamant because I have another hearing sa legislative franchise at 1 p.m. and there is a very important matter to approve. Now anyway, my second matter, I'll just be very brief. Again, may I reiterate my previous question to Yusek Gilbert Cruz, whether yung grupo ba ninyo ang nag-apprehend doon sa 2 Chinese nationals in Baguio?
Yes, Your Honor. It's with the Bureau of Immigration and regional offices of Cordillera, CIDG, and the Anti-Cybercrime Group of Cordillera.
Mr. Chair, pero kayo pong lead agency noon, ano?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you, for clarification purposes, sino po ba itong 2 Chinese national na nahuli ninyo doon?
Yung dalawang wait, sir, I'll just get my records. Yung dalawang Chinese nationals po doon, sir, is the female one is Wan Keeping, who arrived in the country on July 17, 2024 with and another one, sir, is a male Chinese national who found to be undocumented, and later he introduced himself as a Cambodian, sir, by the name of Kon Mowern. And later on, sir, we found out na siya po ay isang fugitive wanted for prosecution under an Interpol red notice, and his real name, sir, is Mr. Sun Liming, who escaped to the Philippines and has introduced himself as Kun Muern, a Cambodian national. He has been identified as an IT consultant responsible for the creation of some IT platforms being used by scam farms in the country. He was apprehended by the Bureau of Immigration and the PAOK last July 27, 2024, sir, at Pinewood Subdivision, Tuba, Benguet.
So just to clarify, Mr. Chair, so hindi pala dalawang Chinese national. Isang Chinese and then isang Cambodian.
He introduced himself as a Cambodian, sir, but later on, sir, we found out na siya po ay isang Chinese national, fugitive Chinese national.
Okay. Walang problema dun sa isa, no? Yung nagko-claim na Cambodian national siya. Very clear naman na fugitive yun.
Apo.
What about the other one? Ano naman ang kasalanan nun?
Ang kinaso po natin doon is for her harboring this criminal, sir.
So, are these two involved dun sa, connected ba ito dun sa Bamban Tarlac na Pogo?
Iniimbestigahan pa namin till now, sir, but initially, sir, yun po ang pagkakaalam namin na itong si Sun Liming, sir, ay involved po siya, sir, dun sa paggawa, sir, ng mga platform that were being used in Scam Hub, sir, dito sa atin.
Were you able to establish, Mr. Chair, the presence of this person dun sa Bamban operations?
Wala pa po kaming lumalabas sa investigasyon namin, but we are looking at that, sir. Initially, sir, we have this information, sir.
Now, Mr. Chair, paano nyo natunton itong Chinese national dun sa Baguio? Was there a tip or talagang through intelligence work lang to? Bakit nyo natunton? Bakit nyo naisipan na nandun nagtatago itong dalawang to?
May informasyon po kaming nakuha, sir. Yes, sir.
So, I understand na nagtatago sa isang bahay. I think Pines Subdivision or a certain Royal Pine Subdivision ang pangalan. Sino po may-ari nung bahay?
Sa ngayon po, sir, as yun nabanggit po kahapon, it's a property, a corporate property. I think it was owned by Mr. Harry Roque. It's a corporate property, but being leased by this Chinese national.
So it's owned by corporation. The house is owned by a corporation, and in turn, the corporation is also owned by, or rather, it shows that the owner of the said corporation is former Secretary Harry Roque.
Yun po yung nakita namin sa hearing yesterday, in the Senate hearing, sir.
Do you have the incorporation papers, or do we have a copy of the title of the house to prove that Secretary Harry Roque is indeed the owner of the said house?
Wala po kaming dokumento as of today, sir.
So more or less, we are assuming that
Yes,
it's
sir.
owned.
Yes, sir.
Paano po lumabas yung pangalan ni si former Secretary Harry Roque when we do not have any evidences linking Secretary Harry Roque to the said house?
As to the information kung bakit lumabas po yung pangalan ni Mr. Harry Roque is hindi po sa amin, sir, nanggaling. Siguro po, sir, may mga nagtanong-tanong po doon if whether kung nakikita po nila si Mr. Harry Roque doon o yung former spokesperson Harry Roque. So, hindi na po namin alam, sir, kung saan nanggaling ang informasyon.
Mr. Chair, can we do some diligence work on this matter, because this is very important to establish whether that it is the house is truly owned by Secretary Harry Roque. Can we send some people to the registrar or to the local government unit to ask for documents, titles, and of course to the SEC regarding the corporation, the corporate papers linking Secretary Harry Roque to the said house? Kailangan siguro natin yon. Can we do that?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we can have our no, sir, investigation.
To former Secretary Harry Roque, well, you just have heard the statement of Yusek Gilbert Cruz that linking you to these said Chinese nationals. Kilala niyo po ba itong dalawang tao na nahuli ng PAOK?
Hindi ko po kakilala itong dalawang tao. In fact, yung isa, sabi naman po ni Yusek, ay kakarating lang na bansa ng July, yung babae. Yung isa, ang pagpapakilala niya, ay siya ay Cambodian. No? So, hindi ko po kilala kung sino yung Cambodian na yan. Pero actually, Manong Johnny, just to facilitate things, inaamin ko po that I have an interest in the corporation that owns the house. Hindi ko naman po dininay ito sa Senado. Ang problema lang po talaga is we're in the process of distributing property within the family. And right now, hindi po sa akin talaga yung property. But, nagkasundo po kami na talagang I want to retain this property. So ngayon po, ang nag-aari ng property ay, sandali po, kunin ko lang yung pangalan, ha? At,
So, former Secretary Roque, you admit that you have an interest in this house by
I have an
virtue of
interest po.
the corporation owning this house.
yes po, ang may registered owner po nito is Page 2, Lot 37, Pinewood Holdings Incorporated. In turn, it is owned by a holding corporation called Biancham. Now, ang totoo po nito, I will have no more interest in Biancham, according to our organization, but I will have full interest in PH2 Lot 37 Pinewood Holdings, no, as part of our division, no, within the holding corporation. Pero ang punto po is, meron po kaming contract of lease na ang pumirma po ay isang babae. Ang pangalan po niya ay Yoon Wan. At ito po ay dated January 15, 2024. At doon po sa pirmahan ng contract of lease na notaryado, pinresenta po niya ang kanyang passport at required din po siya na magpresenta ng Alien Certificate of Registration para patunay na legal po siya sa Pilipinas. And I would like to submit a copy of this contract of lease to this body. And likewise, I don't think you have a copy of my contract of lease yet, so I will also provide this with to the PAOK. No? So para lang pong malinaw na dahil siya po ay nakalis, hindi po ako nakaposisyon dito.
Sino
Pero,
po, Mr. Roque, ang pumirma dun sa lease, contract of lease?
ang pumirma po ay ang aking may bahay na si Myla Roque.
So you are aware of this contract of lease?
I'm aware of this contract of lease with this woman po. No? At ako nga po ang nagsabi na...
But you have never met this person?
I've met her po.
So...
I met her. In
Kasi
fact,
kanina po, Mr. Roque, when I asked you, sabi niyo po, hindi niyo kilala.
hindi po, yung
that
lalaki
you're,
po. Yung
but
lalaki
now
na
you're
Cambodian.
telling this committee na na-meet mo pala yung
Yung
lessor.
lessee po.
Yung lessee.
Oo,
Oo.
yung lessee po. Na-meet
Oo.
ko. In fact, hindi ko lang po na-meet. May isang beses pa na nag-lunch kami sa Los Angeles. No? So, wala naman po akong kaduda-duda na siya ay lehitimo. Siya ay extensively traveled at meron naman siyang ACR. Sa katunayan, she wants to be in complete compliance with the law. Kaya po ngayon, nung napaso ang kanyang ACR, umalis siya ng bansa at ang sabi niya sa akin, she's in the process of renewing her ACR. Pero ang tingin ko naging problema po rito ay itong babaeng ito na may Alien Certificate of Registration at merong passport, ang nakalagay po sa kanya single. So ngayon po, nagtataka ako kung ano talaga ang relasyon nila doon sa lalaki na nahanap sa aking bahay. No? At nung nahanap nga po yung lalaki sa aking bahay, ito nga pong si Ana, no? Ang tawag ko sa kanya Ana kasi yun yung American name niya, hinanap ko at sabi ko, sino yan? Well, yun nga po, lumalabas na yung Cambodian pala ay isang partner niya, pero ang hindi ko naman alam, hindi sila kasal, ewan ko talaga kung talaga siya ay nananatili doon, pero meron po akong katiwala doon. Kasi po, natakot ako na kapag pinaupahan ko sa incheck, sa Chino, sorry po for the derogatory word. Minsan po kasi, no, ako ay nasa gobyerno, nagreklamo sa akin yung mga residente na isang subdivision sa Parañaque, trinifer ko sa OIC na NBI, at ginagamit daw ang isang residential house bilang pogo. So, para nga po maiwasan na maging nagamitin ito for any other purpose, hindi ko po pinaalis yung katiwala ko doon. Nasa labas lang sila ng bahay, nag-aalaga ng hardin, nag-aalaga ng baka, at pinamamasbadan ko po kung ilan talaga ang pumapasok sa bahay. At ang sabi naman po nila, 3 hanggang 4 lang po ang talagang nag-i-stay sa bahay at wala
Mr.
po
Roque,
talagang
kailan ho niyo nakilala itong lessee ninyo?
Well, actually ako po, na-meet ko siya sa LA, kailan lang po. Tapos na-meet ko rin siya nung simula
Wait.
po, no?
Mr. Chair, na-meet mo yung lessee, nasa LA ka.
Ay, hindi po. Nag-lunch kami sa LA.
Okay.
Nag-lunch po kami sa LA.
When you met this person, this lessee, meron ng existing contract of lease o wala pa?
Meron na po. Kaya ako po siya kakilala.
Kailan po nag-start yung contract of lease ninyo,
Ang
Mr.
date
Chair?
po dito ay January 15, 2024 po itong hawak kong contract of lease.
So prior to the signing of the lease contract, you never knew this person?
Yung lalaki po. Pero yung babae, kilala ko na rin.
Matagal na mukhang kilala to.
Kakilala ko na rin po yung babae. Pero ang contract of lease po niya is January 15, 2024.
January 2024 yung contract of lease. So kailan na ho nyo nakilala itong taon to?
Hindi naman po matagal. Kailan lang din po. Hindi ko lang po maalala talaga kung kailan. Pero kasi, matagal na nilang gusto i-lease yung property. Ang balita
Sino
ko dun
po ang nagrekomenda sa inyo itong person na ito?
Well, sila po talagang mapursige na gusto nilang umupa. Ako, nung una, ayaw ko talaga kasi gustong-gusto ko po yung bahay ko, no? At palagi po ako dun sa lugar na yon, no? Pero nagpupumilit at ang nangyari, ako naman po ay nandito na sa Manila. Sabi ko, sayang naman, nabubulok. Sige, paupahan na, no? So, ito po, isasubmit ko po yung aking contract of lease.
Yes, please do. Pero Mr. Chair,
Vice Chair, can we also have the copies of those, Secretary Roque, yung incorporators? You said a while ago that there is a corporation.
Opo.
Can you kindly submit also to the committee?
Hindi ko po dala, but I can of course submit it. No?
All right, thank you so much.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, please submit it, Mr. Roque. So it has been established, Mr. Chair, as per, of course, the admission of Mr. Roque, that he truly owns the house, no? Kasi hindi ka naman magpapalis. You're the one who signed the contract of lease.
Well, we have
Yung
an
wife
interest
mo,
in the
ikaw
corporation po.
nagpirma.
Yung wife ko po,
But
hindi
you
ko po
already
tinatanggi
admitted,
naman yan, no?
you already admitted earlier that
hindi ko
by
naman
virtue
po-
of your owning the corporation
Yes po.
which owned the house, so literally, kayo po may-ari nun. Now, my
the
question
corporation,
is, Mr. Roque, since kayo naman ang may-ari nun, pinupuntahan din naman ninyo yon. I'm very sure, according to Mr. Cruz, dun sa mga neighborhood, nakikita po yung presence ninyo. Did you not do any due diligence getting the background of this lessee?
I did po by asking for the alien certificate of registration.
Hindi po ninyo tinanong kung saang negosyo, ano ba negosyo nila?
Well, ang
Because it seems that very
Oo.
clear, kaya hinuli yan, i-involve talaga sa illegal pogo.
Ay, hindi po. Hinuli po yan at ako po yung nakipag-ugnayan na sa Chinese Embassy rin dahil may wanted pala siya for financial fraud. Hindi po sa Pogo. So, malinaw po yun, no? At napahiya nga po ako sa Chinese Embassy dahil ako yung malapit naman sa kanila, no? At in-explain ko rin na wala akong kinalaman na mayroon palang pugante sa China na nanirahan dun sa bahay na yon, no? Pero malinaw naman po na sabi po sa akin ng embassy, kaya nga po siya nasalagay sa red list ng Interpol, it's because of financial fraud. I think it is P2P in fact. Hindi ko nga alam kung ano yung P2P, no? Pero P2P financial fraud, kaya siya dinagay po sa Interpol red list. At hindi naman po dahil sa Pogo.
So,
At,
Mr. Roque, Mr. Chair, wala kayong previous dealings nitong lessee?
Wala po, wala po.
May I ask Yusek Gilbert Cruz? Well, it has already been established, it has already been said, it's in the record that Mr. Roque owns the house. Do you think, Yusek Cruz, that Mr. Harry Roque is a person of interest, considering that the per lessee who is leasing his house is involved in illegal activities? Do you think that Mr. Harry Roque will be a subject of investigation or should be investigated?
With this development, sir, we will include former spokesperson Harry Roque in our investigation. But of course, sir, we need documents coming from all the agencies involved to prove the ownership of the property.
Okay, we will let you finish your investigation, ongoing pa naman ang ano. Now, let me go to the last matter. Masali na lang ako, Mr. Chair. Yesterday, Chairman Al Tenco was interviewed in Head Start. And he said that sometime last year, I don't know, last year or this year, that Mr. Harry Roque accompanied Miss Cassandra Leong to PAGCOR to assist her in the renewal of their license. Totoo po ba yun, Mr. Harry Roque?
Manong Johnny, kung hindi po yun ang sinabi ni Chairman Altenco.
But I saw it.
Pero
Hindi naman nanood ako kahapon. That's all I did.
Sa
Before
Senado
going to ano.
Manong,
We can call
May I
Mr.
remind
Altenco.
wait.
And we can
excuse me, Vice Chair.
retrieve the files of the interview. It was very